화질을 낮추셔서 보셔야 되나? 아, 화질 설정, 아, 그거 안 돼 있구나. 나 빠져 있구나. 지금 얘네들 이제 이거 컴퓨터에서 나오는 이거 음악 끝나면 끝나겠네. 벼벼벼벼. 이제 하는 건가? 뭐야? 이제 하네.
Hey guys. Good evening everyone and welcome. And thank you for making the time tonight to come to church. This fulfills your obligation for the coming Sunday, for those of you who need to know that. But thank you for coming out. It's great to see the congregation as large as it is tonight under this single tent. And for those of you who may be a bit apprehensive because you remember that movie Kingsman, it doesn't end that way. It doesn't end that way. But again, thank you. And as you can see from this evening, here again at PlayStation, we've decided to mix it up a little bit in the way that we're doing our E3 presentation this year. You know, we look at what the stories have we tell and the things that we want to impart to our fans here with us and their fans on the live feed worldwide. And that changes our design ideas around what we're
알았어. 쇼에 대해서.
So tonight,
빨리 소개해 줘.
rather than
기다렸단 말이야.
bombardment of new creative, we're going to take all of you on a journey deeper into some of the key titles we've talked about before, but we're going to talk about them in a different way tonight, a deeper way, so you can learn about what's going on with these games and what's coming up in the future. You know, what we look at here at Worldwide Studios with inside Sony Interactive Entertainment, we really want to take our love for gaming and make it sing very loudly. It's a gaming industry, it's sometimes called, but certainly inside our studios, we see gaming as a vocation. It's a calling. It's what we do. It's what we have to do. Our teams of creatives and studios and designers, they have stories to tell and things they want to show you and places they'd like to take you. That's what we're trying to do here at PlayStation. This coming year is going to be all about those kind of games that we can deliver to you in a way that's going to blow your mind. And tonight, we're beginning here in this tent, this church tent we've created here in Los Angeles to let you start that journey with us and let us tell you our stories for the next hour or so. So without further ado, it is my great honor and my unique privilege to invite to the stage, introduce to you Gustavo
산토레야. 기타 소리 좋은데 이거? 기타 비슷하긴 한데. 무슨 게임 배경음악 같은데 느낌이? 뭔가 괜찮은데? 시작이구만. 너티도 라오어냐? 뭐야? 어떤 거 트레일러야? 아, 라오어다. 라오어 2. 아까 그 노래가 라오어에서 여자애가 그 기타를 혼자 그 떡밥으로 던졌었던 그 음악이었던 거야. 남자애가 들이대는 거 봐. 조심해라. 그 여자애 욕 되게 잘한다.
She's but not quite the show.
There's 2 weeks so you guys do it.
Not gonna happen. She say something, dude?
Make it 1 week. Ellie! Hey!
조엘은 어디 갔지?
Took you so long. Well, I'm here, aren't I?
Tina?
Jesse.
Hey, don't forget we leave at first light, so get some rest.
Yes, sir. You're such a dick. Come on. Don't you start with me. Look, I have a very serious question for you.
야, 시작부터 라오어가 나와?
How bad do I smell? Like a hot pile of garbage? Oh. Okay. Oh. How about that? Gross. You love it. Every guy in this room is staring at you right now. Maybe they're staring at you. Or not. Maybe they're jealous of you. I'm just a girl, not a threat. Oh, Ellie. I think they should be terrified.
헐. 뭐야? 엘리가 여자애랑 남자도 아니고 여자애랑 키스를 했어. 야, 라오어가 맨 마지막쯤에 나올 줄 알았는데. 뭐야? 뭐야? 아, 진짜. 트위치 재방 한번 할게요. 아, 죄송합니다. 아, 하필 이 중요할 때. 아, 미치고 완장하겠네. 쟁을 펴놨더니 이거 엑스피릿, 아이. 세상 섭섭하네. 똥겜이 된 것 같다고요? 그래 보이진 않은데?
Came through here. Double back. Go.
차 밑에도 확인해. 오. 와우. 뒤에 여자 오지? 오고 있다. 제작하는 게 좀 더 많아졌는데 뭔가? 오, 햇살 네발. 아이고. 이게 똥겜이라고?
I told you. He should be terrified.
몰입도가 장난이 아닌데? 이 짧은 와중에도? 야, 라오어2. 와, 장난 아니었다. 근데 엘리만 나오고 끝까지 조엘의 모습이 안 보이네. 조엘이 어떻게 된 거지?
That was a new look at The Last of Us Part 2.
근데
We're here
신고
live
누른
in Los
사람
Angeles
누구야?
at the PlayStation E3 showcase. We're taking a quick intermission while folks move along to the next part of the experience. We'll have a little bit more to share on that later. And I am joined by my good friend Ryan Clements.
Hello.
지금 보니까 있네.
How are you?
I'm good. It's such a pleasure to be here at the PlayStation Showcase. And it's going to be a huge night for Worldwide Studios a little later when the showcase resumes. And what better guest to have for joining us about
신고
Worldwide
얘기하니까
Studios
나간 사람
than the
있다.
chairman of Worldwide Studios, Mr. Sean Layden. Hello,
guys.
sir.
Yeah, good to be here.
I thought you were just on stage. How did you get up here so fast?
We created this pneumatic tube that I was dropped into and
flung
shot
right-
right across to the studio here.
Right
Yes.
over here. Well, it's
Yes.
good to have you here.
Well, it's
sir.
great to be here, and I think that was a very powerful start for our E3 program for this year.
That's right, and there's much more to come, but I do want to zero in on The Last of Us Part 2 here
Yeah.
just for a moment. You know, as chairman of Worldwide Studios, you work very closely with Naughty Dog. These guys need no introduction.
Indeed.
And I'm curious, from your perspective, where is their head at when it comes to developing this game?
Where's their head at? I mean, they are everywhere. They're looking at what can do in the next iteration of the Last of Us series, and I think what we saw tonight, I mean, that piece of content was so impactful. I mean, the whole relationship between Ellie and Dina going into the combat.
액션이나 일단 아까 활 종류도 그냥 화살이 아니라 여러 가지 할 수 있는 게 언뜻 보였거든요. 그것도 약간 기대가 되고 조엘이 어떤지를 모르겠고
I can't wait to see more
일단
of that. That was first
스토리하고
gameplay
그
we
뭐지
saw there.
액션하고
Part 2.
스토리 이어지는 게 되게 자연스럽게 넘어가졌거든요. 순간순간.
I mean, Worldwide Studios lately, I mean, it's just been unbelievable. Horizon, you had God of War, which needs no introduction, and Detroit Become Human.
아까 방금 동영상에서 이렇게 영상 나오다가 회상씬으로 가서 사람을 죽이면서 액션씬이 시작됐는데 그러면서 되게 자연스럽게 넘어갔단 말이에요. 스무스하게. 그렇게 되면은 사람이 플레이할 때 몰입도가 더 생기거든요.
Generalized, advice about where we can take this as an industry and as a gaming culture. But honestly, we've got 13 studios worldwide. We try to give them
보통은 이게 게임 명작이 나오면 그 후속작은 망할 수도 있다 어쨌다 막 그러는데 라우어는 기대해도 될 것 같다. 진짜 이건 기대 만땅 된다. 지금 이 잠깐인데도 몰입도가 장난 아니었는데 영상 되게 짧게 느껴졌거든요. 근데 시간이 훅 갔어.
and it has to do with God of War. You know, this is a celebrated game. It's sold extremely well. It has a huge legion of fans. And one of the things I wanted to mention was, you know, I get a lot of tweets about New Game Plus. You know, is this something that you and Santa Monica Studio are evaluating for God of War?
You know, it's crazy. With the advent of social media, we get a lot of real-time feedback from the fans and the community, and we listen to that. And God knows my Twitter feed is filled up with a lot of stuff that we could talk about here or not talk about at all. But it's all important. We take it all seriously. And New Game Plus is something that came through really strong and really hard through that kind of feedback loop. And I'm happy to say
지금 지켜만 보는데도 영상이 이 정도면 실제 게임 플레이할 때 집중에 빠져드는 게 엄청날 것 같은데.
Miraculously finished God of War with a 2-year-old at home. That makes me very happy. I will somehow.
예전에 한 7개월 전에도 트레일러 한번 나왔을 때도 조엘의 모습이 안 보이고 그냥 엘리가 기타 치는 거 그것만 잠깐 나왔었거든요. 이번 거는 솔직히 와 이번 거에도 조엘의 모습이 안 보이네. 나이가 많이 들어서 이미 죽은 걸로 된 건가? 죽인다는 얘기 없었는데.
We have a lot more to talk about too.
Yeah, and actually, Sean, I wanted to ask you about that. About a month ago, you did something a little bit out of the ordinary for our team, and you kind of came out and talked about the 4 main games that we would be highlighting tonight's PlayStation Showcase. I was wondering what the thought process was there.
Well, you know, every year we try to let the stories we have to tell design the experience we're going to create. And this year, we felt that what we really want to do is take people on a journey deep into the content, deep into the 4 big pillar games that we're working on right now, and get them to see a bit more about the stories you're trying to tell and the way it's going to be expressed and what they get out of it. It's a really wide range of titles there, anything from The Last of Us 2, which you just saw right now, through Death Stranding and Spider-Man and Ghost. So this year, I wanted people to know that don't come here expecting to have some big flashy new idea come out or some big surprise come out. Come here and sit with us and walk with us as we get through to see the background stories and deep inside of the games we're working on.
Wonderful. And we do have a lot more coming from those Worldwide Studios games in the showcase later tonight. Do you have any personal games that you're most excited about?
Well, they're all fabulous, and I think the teams are really crushing it right across the board.
Fair enough.
But one thing I would say is there's one of the games that we're having out today that will be playable in 3 months. And available in stores, and that's our favorite web slinger,
of course,
Spider-Man. So we're going to see a lot of that tonight, and I think the folks at home should be happy with what they're going to get.
Awesome, thank you, Sean.
Sean, thank you so much for dropping by. Always a pleasure to trade notes with the chairman of Worldwide Studios.
It's great to see you guys. I'll head back to the pneumatic tube station then.
All right, please do.
All right.
And
wear the helmet.
We do have a lot more
개인적인 생각으로는요.
just a few minutes as
뚜껑 까봐야 하는 거니까.
continues. But in the meantime, we also have some other updates for you while we wait during the short
일단
intermission. So
라오는 올해는 안 나온다고 했으니까 내년에 나온다고 했거든요.
Call of Duty.
뭐야? 나오는 것마다 명작이야 이건. 블랙옵스 아니야 이거? 아니야? 뭐야? 탄도 날아가는 건 그 고스트 워리어 막 그 뭐냐 그건데? 아 스나이퍼 워리어인가?
access to Back in Black maps in Call of Duty Black Ops 3 only when you pre-order Call of Duty Black Ops 4 from PlayStation Store.
Welcome back. We are having the PlayStation E3 showcase kicking off in just a few more minutes. We're in a short intermission period here, but we've got some good stuff to talk about. We've got some good friends as well.
Yeah.
Meredith Molinari and Ramon Russell. Welcome.
What's happening?
블랙옵스의 새로운 시리즈.
It's good to be back.
블랙인 블랙이야?
Right before the showcase.
Absolutely.
Yeah, excellent.
So I say we keep this moving here, and when it comes to Call of Duty, we know that a bunch of remastered maps from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 are making their way to Call of Duty Black Ops 4 this October on launch day. But what we just learned here is that those maps, those classic maps, are coming to Black Ops 3 as well for those who pre-order Black Ops 4 on PlayStation Store.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. But what if I don't own Call of Duty Black Ops 3?
Well, that's where it gets a little more interesting, my friend.
Oh.
So tonight, we are actually doing a surprise PlayStation Plus game drop, and that is going to be Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 is coming to PlayStation Plus later tonight.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, very nice. This is why I love E3 because
오늘
not
또
only do we
플스에서
share
또
awesome
참
news with our audience, but
블랙옵스
also the
3를
subscribers get a little treat.
Get an extra
Little tasty
선물로
treat.
내놨네요.
A little mid E3 supply drop for
Yeah,
you there.
there you go. Perfect.
You know, we've been sharing a lot of good news. We got to share 5 really cool announcements last week when we did our countdown, kind of ramping up for tonight's big showcase.
That's right. We had the countdown to E3, and that was 5 game reveals and updates over a span of 5 days. A lot of great stuff announced. Let's take a quick look back at the highlights.
허허. VR 테트리스야? 데이지곤? 데이지곤도 떡밥 주는 거야 다시? 아 그냥 전체적인 하이라이트만 나는 거구나.
I have to figure out what happened. Okay, wake up. Focus. Remember.
From the creators of Fee and
데이지곤도 그냥 떡밥만 주고 제대로 그 나오질 않네. 아.
comes a heartfelt story in VR.
But really, who are you?
Welcome back. We're just a few minutes away from the E3
오늘 데이지곤도 나올라나 그러면?
When I say a few minutes, I mean we're really. So let's keep moving here. There was a lot of great stuff here. Oh, and we could see the crowd is seated. The people are about ready to go. This show's about to continue, about to move into the big event.
Yeah, it was great to see the countdown stuff, but I do think that there's like maybe one more thing we can sneak in there before we cut away to the showcase.
Yeah. Yeah, let's squeeze it in. Let's squeeze it in. Okay, so this next franchise boasts a huge loyal community of nearly 6 billion hours. Incredible stat.
Yeah, they play that so much.
A lot.
They do.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a first look at the next chapter right now.
A lonesome star in a bitter sky. I hear the hungry ghosts calling out in the night. Just a couple victims of this brutal prize. Am I strong enough to let things just die?
이거 끝나고 나서 한번 플스 한번 확인해 봐야겠다. 지금 요것도 약간 냄새가 사문 나네.
That was a powerful new look at Destiny 2. Forsaken is coming out September 4th on PS4. A lot of great enhancements and content for that one. And
Yeah, it looks really good. There's a lot of buzz about that Gambit mode coming up, and guess what? If you're at E3, you can play it at our booth.
Not too bad.
But
Not too bad.
There's barely any time because we're about to get to the showcase.
That's right. We are really seconds away when it comes down to it from the rest of PlayStation's E3 showcase. Thank you so much for watching. We've got a lot more in store tonight. But for now,
I think it's almost time.
I think it's almost time. Should we get to it?
I think why keep people waiting? Let's get to it. We have so much more to cover.
Okay. Got a lot more in store. So let's check it out live right now.
지금 요것도 게임 배경음 같은데. 약간 소리 센 거 같은데? 내가 잘못 들었나? 소리 좀 센 거 같은데? 일부러 그러는 건가? 마사카 마사카 정체가 뭐냐? 누구냐 너? 사무라이 쪽 관련된 건가? 그래픽은 장난 없는데? 신작 얘기인 것 같다 이거 완전 겁나 느낌 있는데? 그냥 설마했네요. 역시나가 아니었어. 아 이거 냄새 많이 풍기네. 이건 교환 꼬막에 그 집어넣어도 될 것 같은데 교환 과목으로. 이거 괜찮아 보인다 진짜.
노부, come.
말 이름이 노부짱이야? 아, 냄새 이거 확 풍기죠. 아니 무슨 이렇게 회사가 크니까 명작들이 나오네. 이건 애초에 떡밥도 하나도 없었던 게임인데 이런 걸 숨기고 있었던 거야? 이게 적의 존재가 이제 어떤 건지 한번 봐야 될 것 같은데, 몬스터인지 사람인지 뭔지. 일단 사람이네. 사무라이 얘기다. 오, 발도술. 전투씬이 너무 이렇게 화려하지 않고 깔끔하다. 이게 조잡하거나 난잡한 게 아니라 깔끔하게 이루어지네.
You're late.
늦었구만.
Where's the monk?
The bastards beat me to him. Now they're torturing him at the temple.
Come on.
You think the monk's a hero?
We need him, Masako.
설마 켄신인가 진짜? 유신 정권에 맞선? 근데 켄신 치고는 켄신의 모습이 아니었는데.
We can take them.
No. Remember Sago Bridge? We strike quietly. Let it kill the monk.
만나로 생각한 그 켄신의 모습이 아니잖아요. 켄신은 일단 장발해야 돼.
I'll guard the exits. Just get that monk.
오. 이제 그런 장면이 유출이 된다고 하면은 19금이 되겠죠. 피 털어내는 거 봐.
He called reinforcements. We have to move. Masako!
Stand aside, Jin. You betrayed my family.
Run! If we fight, Mongols win.
They already won.
보스였던 거야? 일부러 그 끌어들인 거야? 아, 친구인데 싸우네. 아까 그 스님 그게 복수 뭐 그 당해가지고 자기 가족이. 아, 나뭇잎 휘날리는 거 봐. 싸우는 배경 간지난다. 애들 오고 있대. 보니까 일본어하고 영어하고 그 두 가지로 나오는 것 같아요. 두 개 다 얘기하는 거 보니까 나중에 설정 같은 걸 할 수 있지 않을까 싶은데, 음성과 자막 뭐 이런 식으로. 일본은 저거 자결하고 막 그럴 텐데. 아, 고스트 오브 사무라이. 이런 걸 들고 왔단 말이야? 진짜 예상치도 않은 게 진짜 깝툭튀다, 깝툭튀. 예상치도 않은 게 깝툭튀로 나왔어.
The oldest house is a shifting place.
게임 배경이 아까 그게 일본어다 보니까 일본어로 플레이하면 아마 좀 더 느낌 살겠죠.
You can keep traveling deeper.
이건 또 뭐냐? 아, 왜 이렇게 쏘니까 왜 이렇게 다들 냄새가 나 이거. 야, 이거 염력 쏘고 막 그러는데 새로운 액션씬 같아. 모든 사물을 다 이용할 수가 있는데? 야, 컨트롤. 이건 VR로도 나오면 이건 진짜, 와, VR 진짜 할만 나겠다 이거 방금 이거. 이거 왠지 시점이 G 시점 아니야? G? 시점이 G 같은데? 워쉣. 맞네. 헐, 좀비 게임이야? 바이오하자드냐 설마? 나 소름 돋았어 순간.
And don't make my mistake. If you see one of those things, uniform or not, you do not hesitate.
Whatever it takes to save this city.
Surprised you made it this far.
Need info on my extraction. Survival's your responsibility.
God damn it.
Will you help me?
Of course. It's an impressive display of strength.
마사카. 소름 돋았어 나 방금.
But we never meant for this to happen.
아 방금 좀비 보고 맞았어. 바이오하자드야. 이거 바이오하자드야. 맨 처음에 그 좀비가 발생된 라쿤시티에 새로운 경찰들이 간 거야. 리메이크작이다. 파워2 리메이크작이다. 와. 바이오2 리메이크작이야. 그래픽 완전 바뀐 거 봐라. 아. 떡밥을 이렇게 뿌리나? 바이오하자드 2였어. 리메이크로 하니까 완전 느낌을 확 다르네. 그래픽을.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Bathtub Guy, and we're here at E3 to take some looks.
파워2 리메이크.
Game I'm gonna show you right now. Trover saves the universe.
아까 그럼 그 레온 어릴 때야. 그 잘생긴 훈남이 레온이었어.
I'm the bathtub guy. I'm always in my bathtub, but you know, that's not about me right now. It's about this game. Whoa, look at that. That's exciting footage I just saw. Oh, I'm playing it right now. Look at me. I'm a cool cucumber over here playing this cool game.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Somebody call 711 because that's the emergency dial number for this in this weird part of the galaxy. Because this is a sci-fi based thing. Help! He's got.
집어던지는 게 많네 애들이. 아. 기다린 보람이 있네. 이런 식으로 떡밥을 던져주니. 도널드 덕이야? 그런데 이거 디즈니 건데? 캐릭터가 디즈니인데? 저 걔하고 저 오리 저거 디즈니 캐릭터 아니야? 이건 캐리비안 해적인데? 조니 데뷔잖아. 캐리비안 해적인데? 블랙펄이야. 형이 왜 거기서 나와? 헐! 캐리비안 해적이야! 아, 조졌다. 캐리비안 해적. 와, 어드벤처 게임으로 만들어버렸어. 조졌다.
You back in the organization?
Yes. Surprising, isn't it?
디즈니와 캐리비안 해적을 뭉쳤다.
Sora, stand down. It's the code. Mustn't strike a pirate aboard ship. When said pirate.
오, 목소리 더빙도 이거 조니 데뷔 한 것 같은데?
For a box.
Get them! Sora!
와, 디즈니 애들 다 나와. 하하, 이런 겨울왕국. 미쳤다. 라푼젤. 디즈니 판권 다. 야, 이거 디즈니하고 소니 합작이야? 몬스터 주식회사고 이거.
Maybe she's one of the 7 pure lights we need. The new 7 hearts.
Now, set your heart free.
게임 유명한 캐릭터를 다 있고 막 난리 났는데? 이제 보니까 젤다의 주인공 아니야?
In fact, your reward might be right around the corner.
Hey, Axel.
Hey, liking the look. Got your hair too.
그냥 하이라이트로 만든 건가? 게임 아니겠지? 이렇게 게임 주인공들이 다 뭉쳤다고? 하이라이트겠지. 킹덤 오브 하츠 했어? 허허. 허허. 킹덤 하츠 했어? 그냥 트레일러 영상이겠지. 와, 패키지로 해서 다 준다고? 그 전거를? 미쳤냐? 미쳤냐에 맞춰서 그냥 아주. 애기다. 아, 코지마가 만든 거야? 이거
The man who delivers. Tears. Chiral allergy. So, you have dooms like me.
눈을 뗄 시간을 안 준다.
I've got the extinction factor, but I think you got me beat.
You can see them, right?
No, but I can sense them.
Wanna come work for me? Must be tough out here in the rain.
I can't help you with that. I make deliveries. That's all.
게임계에서 코지마 히데오 히데오 코지마가 되게 유명한 사람이죠. 영화 그 뭐지? 마무니 그거 뭐냐? 화성에서 혼자 살아남는 거 그건가? 아닌 것 같은데 뭐지? 이것도 게임 그래픽은 애누리가 없는데? 야, 일단 바이오를 해본 일단 유저로서 바이오도 일단 믿고 가야 되고. 아, 디테일 보소. Give me your hand in life. 디테일 미쳤다. 저 피부, 저 닭살 같은 저 표시 봐봐. 생명의 손길이야. 얘 배우잖아, 여자애. 모션 캡처 들어갔던 거다 이거. 야, 장난 아닌데? 맞아, 얘 여배우, 얘 배우야. 하늘에 살짝 뭐 있네. 보이지 않는 유형. 사라졌다.
Headed into town. Watch yourself. Those things never stay gone for long. The time flow fast forwards whatever it touches, but it can't wash everything away. Past just won't let go. I'll see you around. Soundboard bridges.
Sam, what's your status? Beryllium density is still increasing.
My status is fucked. There's tons of them.
Can you sit out the rain?
No, they're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
I got an idea.
와우. 보이지 않는 저것들을 피해서 가는 거야? 획기적이다 뭔가. 숨소리 들릴까봐 입 막으면서 가는 거 봐. 젠장.
A cryptobite a day keeps the time flow away.
You're too late. You still don't know who I am, do you?
Who are you?
얘네 완전 청국장급이야. 와. 미쳤다 진짜 그래픽. 야, 저 현장 반응 봐. 막 박수치고 난리 났다. 진짜 이번에 소니가 마지막 할만했다. 대작들 떡밥이 너무 많은데? 인왕 2. 아. 나왔어? 형이 거기서 나와?
You okay?
Yeah.
Welcome to the park! Just in time for the fireworks! Looks like we made parole, boys! I'm out!
Electro? Why is he letting everyone out?
I'll head for the main control center and see how bad the situation is.
Got it. I'll go join the party. Everyone just quietly go back into your cells and lock the door behind you.
Woohoo!
Okay? Please? That doesn't sound good. Oh, hi, Rhino.
Hope you like surprise, Spider!
Surprise? What is he talking about?
Hey, what's your status?
Me? Just trapped in a prison with every criminal I've put away in the last 8 years. No big deal.
와.
Electro must be working for someone.
This is too good to be true.
Scorpion, can you hold on a minute? I was in the middle of a phone call and it was business.
뭐 원작에 나오던 그 나쁜 애들 다 나오는 거야? 확실히 거미줄을 이용해서 이렇게 하는 것도 있네 막.
Not really. Electro, Rhino, and now Scorpion are all on the loose. What's going on in the rest of the prison?
Camera system's almost done. I'll give you a sit rep soon.
Okay, I'll keep tracking Electro.
on, Spider-Man. I thought this was a chase. Gotta stop this guy. If you tell me who you're working for, I'll go easy on you. Can't stop me. But I'm flattered that you still try. Nobody ever takes me up on that offer.
Long time no see. We're going to have so much fun.
Sorry, no time to talk.
Okay, I got the security cameras back online.
How's it look?
Well, it looks like the entire population of the raft has escaped. That makes 5 of your worst enemies that are now on the loose.
For a second there, I thought you were serious.
I am serious. I have to go. Some of them are heading into the city.
This is nuts. Keep chasing. Party's almost over. Electro, stop! How do you like my new suit? Dash, where'd you get it? It's an exclusive club. Remember, he said not to kill him. Good idea. In fact, we don't have to do this at all if you don't want to.
We definitely want to.
와, 씨. 아, 욕할 뻔했네. 아, 씨. 거미줄 때문에 이동하는 거 막, 와, 장난 아니던데?
I think they should be terrified of you.
떡밥들이 너무 많잖아. 와, 어떻게 할 거야. 내년 진짜 기대된다. 설마 그 스파이더맨의 아까 거기서 유하고 그 당신은 했던 거 특별 출연으로 다른 어벤져스 멤버 나오는 거 아니야?
That was the PlayStation E3 showcase. A lot to take in. There was a ton of great Worldwide Studios titles. We actually got a little more to share here. Coming right up, we're going to have first live gameplay of Marvel's Spider-Man right here, just a couple of minutes. We have a new game to announce. We have some other stuff to talk about too. What a show.
Ooh, oh my God.
Top highlights, go. Oh, Ghost of
There's no
Tsushima.
time.
Oh my goodness, Ghost of Tsushima looked absolutely incredible. That color palette was insane.
Yeah.
Did you grow up with samurai movies?
Absolutely.
Yeah? Yeah.
Ready.
It's just the embodiment.
I'm ready.
of
Sucker
that-
punch.
yeah.
Thank you.
Meredith.
Oh, Resident Evil 2. Come on,
Yeah.
RE2. That looked so good. I know a lot of us fans have been waiting for that one. And there was like a moment where you're like, I'm not really sure I know what this is. And then as soon as he turned his head, I was like, yes!
And you get that, that
so good.
RE4 style over-the-shoulder camera action. It's kind of like the ultimate dream if they were going to remake Resident Evil 2. That's what I would want.
다 큼지막한 거밖에 안 나왔다.
Nice and gory.
As Meredith said backstage, Death Stranding.
근데 너무 아쉽다 진짜. 지금 또 보면 너무 떡밥만 줬어.
I mean, I don't want to make any promises, but it looks as if we were getting kind of an allusion to a lot of gameplay in there, and kind of what the character of Sam is going to be doing in this very unusual world that is inhabited by some very unusual and scary things.
And people consume strange and unusual.
Well, bugs.
That was...
Babies continue to be a theme.
Yeah, it wasn't a myth.
Don't know what we're gonna find out there, but yeah.
So a ton of great stuff in the show overall. I mean, Neo 2, that was a crowd pleaser. That was one that was great to see get out there. We got an update on Kingdom Hearts 3. We got a lot of other great stuff. We had a new Remedy game. Remedy's on the way. Control. Really stylish trailer. Really looking to just
킹덤 하츠 얘기하네.
more about that one. I mean, it just looks like wizards and like I don't know what I was looking at. But it was really stylish. I would expect no less from Remedy. But I got to say, I think my favorite was Marvel Spider-Man.
Spider-Man looked
that was incredible. We have these legendary villains are back. We had Rhino, Electro, Vulture. I'm missing some. Who else were there? I mean, just one after another.
마지막 누구냐고.
Spider-Man was not in a good space.
No, it was pretty rough.
모른 척하는 거 봐.
So we're going to see live gameplay of that in just a minute or two here. But I say we actually take this moment to announce a new game. What do you think?
Do it.
Okay, do it.
So nonchalant.
Hits keep coming.
Yeah.
So you guys know From Software.
Absolutely.
I'm aware of them.
They have created a lot of great games over the year. Well, they have been busy working on a PlayStation VR game.
Oh, VR.
And it is quite a departure from the kinds of games that we sort of know them for, but it's very, very interesting, and I'd like to see the first footage of that right now.
Aren't you excited?
예, 솔직히 나도 그 생각했어요. 특별 출연으로 혹시 아이언맨 나오는 거 아닌가 싶은 생각. 왜냐면 마지막에 빛이 좀 났었거든.
Where time stands still. Where nobody can see what you're up to ever again.
아 진짜 소니 이번에 미쳤다. 진짜 바이오 그 2 리메이크는 진짜 생각도 못했네. 그것도 바이오 2 나온 지가 20년이 넘는 건데 그걸 이제 20년이 지난 지금에서야 훅 꺼내네.
From Software's new title coming to
20년
PlayStation
된
VR.
게임인데 거의.
Quite a departure, very artistic. Still don't know a ton about how
포도 아니고
it plays yet.
투를 와.
Certainly a compelling debut, I would say. And speaking of compelling, Let's get to that Spider-Man. It is time.
We have some folks from Insomniac.
We sure
do. Brian, Adam, gentlemen,
hey,
welcome to the program. It's so great to have you here. I just have to say, first of all, thank you guys for giving us your time.
Of course, of course. Happy to be here.
And also, congratulations, kind of closing out some of the show there with Marvel Spider-Man. How does it feel?
It's surreal. We've been working on it for a while, so it's nice to be here. And obviously, we showed you. People wanted villains, so we decided we'll give you a lot of villains. And, now, and the next question is, can we play the open world? And Adam's gonna show off the New York City.
I mean, I don't know, Sid. What do you think?
Let's dive in.
Yeah,
what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Get in there.
We're gonna boot up the demo here, and this is essentially one of the first playable demos that you guys are gonna be showing off.
Yeah,
of,
that's right. Pretty much. So I mean, if you think about,
Go ahead, Adam.
The game is. You know, a lot of people were like, last year's E3 was like, well, was that like just a linear level? No, like that was our Manhattan, that's our New York City, and it happened to be on like a main story edition. But in between, like things like you saw in the raft, or we showed that back at last E3, you can just swing around New York City and have fun.
Let's go to that footage because we have it running here on the main monitor. We'll go to it in just a second. This is the beauty of the live environment.
Yeah, this. Oh God.
스파이더맨 배경이 어디냐니까 뉴욕시티 얘기하고.
Adam's doing a fantastic job so far. It's been really good.
So first of all, you're actually playing this right now.
That's
right. I do want to
마이크가 잘 안 좋네 얘네가 지금.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, Brian, tell me a little bit about what you guys want to show us this evening.
이제 이건 게임 플레이 영상 보여주네.
You know, I think the part of the Spider-Man fantasy is to swing around New York City, and you know, to have not only just a great story, but have a bunch of different activities in that world. And we want to give people who attend E3 an opportunity.
스파이더맨 하면서 뉴욕시티를 구경할 수도 있겠네요.
You know, obviously it's a big narrative-driven experience, but at the same time, part of that superhero fantasy, especially that Spider-Man experience, is living within New York City and seeing that. So, you know, Adam is he's one of our combat.
와, 문짝 뜯어서 하는 거 봐.
Because he's a combat designer, and
실제 그 영화에서 막 하는 거 마냥 그런 액션씬이 다 있네.
As you get better with the game, obviously, we wanted to have a pick up and play feel, but at the same time, have a level of mastery and to really show off the improvisation that we've really been talking about a lot since we announced the game.
I'm digging this, like sticking dudes to walls and to the floor and stuff. That looks really satisfying.
I mean, I think the thing that's been really fun in these last, I would say last 6 months since we got back from the holiday break was every week I feel like I'll take the game home or I'll be playing one night and then I'll come in and say, wow, guys, I didn't know you could do that. So I think there's a lot of that, there's that sandbox nature to it as well. So, I mean, obviously you can, we're going to teach you mechanics, but we want you to experiment with, his acrobatics, his webs, his gadgets, his suit powers. So combining all that stuff really allows for a lot of different gameplay and a lot of, Spider-Man's a very expressive character. We want players to be able to express that, whether it's in traversal or in combat.
It's gorgeous.
These animations, sorry.
와, 자유도 보소.
Blowing my mind.
Your studio has kind of been renowned for animation and for just fluid motion. I mean, did you guys take a lot of lessons from your previous games and really like hone in on those when you were developing?
I mean, I think animation definitely been one of the hallmarks of our company. From Spyro to Ratchet to Sunset Overdrive.
Yep.
And I mean, I remember when the Sunset Overdrive reviews came out, one person actually wrote, it would be great to see Insomniac make a Spider-Man game. And I was like, see, we should make it.
See? And I think you waved your phone around to the whole studio.
Exactly. We took that kind of mentality and we just injected our personality, but also, what do people want, desire from a Spider-Man experience. So, it was really great as I remember, probably around the end of the year, end of last year, someone wrote an article about the top things they want to see in Spider-Man. And they said they want to feel like an Insomniac game. So I think that's the thing we've been really layering on in this last year is to have that, it feels like an Insomniac game as much as it does a Spider-Man game.
And I love this traversal, I mean, just the fluidity of just moving over great distances very quickly. It looks like a lot of fun just moving around. And that's
와, 이거 멍하니 쳐다보게 된다.
Okay, so so how it kind of said like experimenting, but like sometimes, I mean, game development, we're in meetings a lot, and then sometimes you just need to like take a break. And what I used to find myself doing was just swinging around New York City. It was almost like therapeutic. It's just kind of like when I play other games, I just walking or running or even taking a car. It feels so more natural now just to swing around like Spider-Man. So it's definitely one of those things that has that, again, just like combat, that pick and play feel, but we want players to have a level of mastery as they play and get
What
better.
was that? Hold on a second.
Okay.
Very interesting what you're saying there.
So
but,
like I said, so Adam showed off, I think he showed off the tripwire. It's basically a gadget that you can either attach to a piece of geometry and the enemies walk by, they'll get like grabbed and sucked back. But you can also attach it to an enemy, and if an enemy walks by, they kind of slam into each other.
That is amazing. This is so cool. What's this focus meter about?
Yeah, so the focus meters basically, there's kind of a risk reward. As you build focus, you can use it to heal.
Sid's having a religious
experience. It just looks incredible.
Okay, thank you. The team works really, really hard on it. Really, really hard.
Clearly.
And the idea is the focus is kind of
성광 맞았어.
it's a risk reward. Like I said, you can either heal yourself or you can kind of, if you fill up the bar a certain way, you can actually pull off a finishing move. So, you know, as you play the game, you kind of say, well, do I want to maybe heal myself real quick, or do I want to wait for that really extravagant move to kind of take the guy out instantly?
Got it.
Brian, a question for you is, obviously Spidey has, with his experience being under the mask for so many years now.
Yep, 8
your
years.
Story, 8 years. Thank you. You got to be precise.
I got it. One of the first questions I get is like, is it an origin story? I'm like, no. That was like, after we decided that the webs were definitely attached to the buildings, we decided it's not going to be an origin story.
But you know, back to the combat, I mean, Spidey's experience, he has access to a lot of different techniques and technologies. How do you balance out his experience with the fact that you don't want to overwhelm a player with options, right? You want to make it approachable.
You know, I really, that comes down to our combat team, our traversal team,
like
and
this guy right here.
like Adam, and really going, okay, you know, kind of handing that stuff out over the course of the game, you know, finding those right spots where you kind of, okay, we're going to teach you how to punch and how to kick and how to punch guys up in the air and use your webs. But then we layer on things like gadgets and then the suits and the suit powers. And it's kind of giving over time. If we just, you know, one thing with something like E3, you know, we want you to feel great, right? But there's a lot to learn really quickly. So we just, you know, normal course development, we kind of find the spots in the game where it makes most sense to teach those mechanics. And then as the game goes on, we want you to master those because the game's only going to get harder.
Yeah, absolutely. Sid, what do you think?
I gotta say, this game is
beautiful,
looking
right?
absolutely gorgeous. This is, I mean, this is just, I mean, it was looking spectacular to begin with, but this is on a totally different level.
이동하는 거 되게 시원시원하게 다니는 거 봐.
I can see that polish though. That's the thing, and that's what comes out in that final few months of development.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys watched the press conference, right?
Sure.
You saw all those games, those first-party games, and they all have a level of polish. And to be in a press conference with the likes of a Naughty Dog, a Sucker Punch, Kojima Productions, just we are very honored to be, and we know there's a certain level of polish that people expect from a PlayStation game, especially a first-party game. So we want to be considered right up there.
Well,
and not to mention also from the Marvel, you know, Marvel fans expect to have that perfect experience.
Of course.
May I just ask real quickly, you know, as we're starting to wind down here, from a personal perspective, I mean, what's it like for you and for the team to be able to kind of look up at the big screen and see your game after all that time? How does that work?
I'm known as a crier, so it takes a lot for me not to get choked up. Like right now, they're playing the theme song to the game.
피터 형 이거 와. 진짜 와밖에 소리 안 난다. 와.
This is an amazing industry, and to be part of it is one thing, but to work on something you truly love is something that when you were a little kid thinking, oh my God, could I ever work on a Spider-Man game, let alone be in video games, is just absolutely surreal. I use that word a lot when I describe working on this game. And to work with a group like Sony and work with Marvel, and that feeling is felt by so many Insomniacs. So we couldn't be prouder, and the support we've gotten across the board, not only from Sony and Marvel, but also the fans has been fantastic.
Brian, it just looks incredible. I mean, there's no other word for it. And
you're flabbergasted.
Yeah, I really am. It's stunning. I mean, just look at that. How can you not be blown away by that? But we do have a limited amount of time here. Brian, you're an industry veteran. You've been in the industry for a long time. I know this is a lifelong dream for you working on this game. And I want to thank you and Insomniac for making it.
Thank you for having us.
And for coming by as well.
Spider-Man was so awesome that it broke my mic, and I have to use the stick mic now.
I thought you just wanted to look different from all of us.
Yeah, I just wanted to stand out a little bit. But you know, Sid, actually, I think a little earlier we were able to maybe get some footage of some of the amazing experiential stuff that's going on with Spider-Man.
I mean, there really is something incredible going on here at this PlayStation E3 showcase. I mean, it's on a scale and a scope.
쟤네들 막 해보고 있어. 시원해.
We have people here. They're playing the game. We have a lot of hands-on sessions for folks that are here for the showcase. And just the game looks great, but I just love the way this.
와, 개부럽다.
There's familiar faces popping up on the stream.
실제로 플레이해보고 있어.
Great event here, and it's just I wish we could get everybody in here to try this out and to just see what has been sort of constructed with Spider-Man and with actually another game we're about to talk about.
Yeah, we're about to talk about Ghost of Tsushima.
Why don't you? Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah.
We have some. We sneakily snuck on a few amazing people onto our program as a helicopter.
쟤네들이 개부럽다.
This amazing moment. Nate Fox and Jason Connell to my left and Nate Fox. Gentlemen, welcome. Thank you so much for coming over.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. It's really good for you to be here, and I'm so glad you're able to give us some of your time.
Yeah.
Can I just ask, kind of what we were just talking about with the team from Insomniac? What's it like for you as individuals and as developers to be able to kind of be a part of all of this?
It's amazing. I mean, you try so hard to make a video game that you can get lost in, and then to come to E3 where they actually build your game. It's kind of a dream come true that way.
Yeah. How about you?
Oh man, it's amazing. You know, people are excited. You know, you see all the other projects, and everybody's just stoked about all the different games that are up there, and you know, we put a lot of heart and soul into it, so it's just that moment where it shows it is just great.
I think we should show it because we have some of the footage.
I think we do have a little bit of footage hanging around here, so let's check it out. If we can.
Absolutely. Just hanging around.
이건 아까 그 사무라이 같은 거 걔네 제작진들.
First of all, just gorgeous. I mean, the art direction is really coming through in an incredible way, but also the technical sophistication.
뜬금없는 대작인 것
We're going to see here in a minute. Here we go. Get into some combat.
Yeah, we have some highlights from the showcase. Just
이번 쇼케이스로 처음 선보이는 거라고.
I mean, this is gorgeous.
Look at this.
I don't know what else to say about it. I'm flabbergasted.
And maybe, I don't know, Nate or Jason, who wants to take this, but it seems like in these moments of gameplay, there's small vignettes of like a classic samurai film in which you really focus in the player experience, the visuals, the music, all the cues seem to align in harmony. I mean, that must all be very intentional, I can only assume.
It is a
거의 다 했다네.
It is an orchestra. Yeah, like you got to take all these elements, and for even that opening attack, that EI attack, it's about building space before it, having the leads go by, the drum up of music beforehand, and that's what makes it really powerful.
How do you coordinate all those systems? Like,
we run in strike teams. We got a lot of multidisciplinary, awesome people.
진짜 이건 개뜬금포였다.
Yeah, but I mean, you watch a lot of samurai movies, man. I mean, that's the real answer, actually. Yeah. I mean, there's that quiet before the storm. It's pretty.
일부러 이건 숨겼다는 거 아니야?
Just trying to make it real in a video game is our goal.
And I know that authenticity is something that's tremendously important to your entire studio in this game. Do you want to share a little bit about some of the steps, the great steps that your team went through creating that?
Yeah, I feel like we're in a super unique position because
뭐 음악, 그래픽, 게임성, 스토리 거의 다 완성 수준 가까이 다 왔다고 하니까.
Be a producer on our project in the studio. We hired some cultural guides. Like I feel like we're in this unique position to help us create this thing. Oh, the Joji screen, that one's a popular one.
This knocked me off.
Sorry to interrupt. No, that's interrupt worthy right there.
몰랐는데 저기 멀리에 막 적군들 오는 게 보이네. 싸우는 와중에.
You don't have to get too far into it. I know the game's still deep in development, but
진짜 뜬금없는 이건 신작이다 이건 진짜.
Lethal precision, where there's not a lot of wasted energy.
놀랍긴 하네 진짜.
Very trained experts, and so every strike.
솔직히 라우어나 이제 스파이더맨은 당연히 나오겠지 그 생각을 했는데 이런 숨겨진 게 있었네 또. 참.
It's studying kendo. We brought in experts to kind of show us how to do it.
And it shows.
It looks like maybe your team spent 400 years making this one scene. I mean, that's the thing that I would like our audience to remember is that every leaf, every flicker of flame has to be hand-placed by someone at some point in time, unless you had a giant machine AI do it all by itself.
Maybe, I don't know. We have a great team. It's creating those beautiful the lethal combat. That was the goal, like having the visceral combat. That was our goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's so great to have you guys here. We do have a few more things to get to, right, Sid?
We do. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you for being a part of tonight.
Oh yeah.
이제 보니까 사무라이가 스시마였구나.
Mighty impressive, and
should we look at some of that stuff?
Yeah, there's a whole experience here built out for folks who are here at the PlayStation E3 Showcase, and we're gonna get a little footage out here. Oh, here we go. There we go. Look at this. So this was This was that period of time. I know some of these people. This is the period of time when earlier on, when we had that intermission, we had to make a little bit of time for folks to walk from one part of the experience.
라우어도 정신없이 봤었는데.
So,
야.
seeing shots of that right now, very just special, intimate, and beautiful.
소니는 역시 다른가.
Again, I wish we could just open the doors for 10 million people to come in here and just kind of get this all up close and personal.
10 million people might be a little more than than this venue can handle.
That's right. The fire marshal may have an issue or two with that, but it really is something else.
아, 소니는 대박이에요.
These clips here give you a little bit of a taste.
아, 소니, 미쳤어.
And Sid, we sneakily got a few more folks in here to join us for the program. Again, I know, and specifically to talk about those little interstitials that we were seeing during our showcase. And it's my great pleasure to introduce the media molecule. Matching outfits.
장난 아니었어요. 지금 이제 소니 계속 하는 중인데 게임들이 장난 아니었어요.
So I want to point out, and correct me if I'm wrong, the little
시간 가는 줄 모르고 나 멍 때리고 계속 봤네, 진짜.
That's right. So we had no idea what they were going to be shown with the games. So Resident Evil, and then we get to do a little trumpet.
Yeah. A little celeries, and then it's Death Stranding.
대맥크가 아니야.
Resident Evil and the park trumpet.
There we go.
Truly.
I mean, and we had the final word, right? The orange drummer. We need to give these guys names. If any of your viewers want to name our fruit, that would be awesome.
That'd be great. But yeah, it was really fun because like the thing about Dreams is it's really fast to create these little sort of stories and games. And so when we got the opportunity to do something fun for the press conference,
아까
it just felt like
제작진 한번 나와서 얘기했는데 우리가 기대했던 스파이더맨은 실망을 안 시킬 것 같고 그다음에 방금 나왔던 신작인데 이거는 여기서 처음 보여줬던 처음 선보였던 건데 고스트 오브 스시마라고 일본 배경의 그 사무라이 게임인데 괜찮아 보였어요.
Well, quite frankly, it's absolutely astonishing.
Okay, so I mean, we're showing this at E3. It's so exciting for us. We're demoing it on the
그리고
show floor.
뭐지 뜬금없긴 했는데 그 아까 뭐지 드래곤아치였나 뭐였지? 아씨 그 까먹었어. 제목을 까먹었어. 디즈니하고 그 캐리비안 해적하고 걔네들이 다 나와요 막. 알만한 캐릭터들이 다 보이더라고요.
They will be using the crate tools that you're watching right now to perform a 15-minute live gig. I don't think anyone knows about this. Even the people out there in the garden haven't realized yet.
We're spoiling it for the
거기다가 라우어도 뭐 떡밥이긴 하지만 엄청났고.
The seamless nature of the kind of create and the play, functionality of Dreams it cannot be overstated.
Yeah, I mean it's super easy. Even if you don't think that you're a game creator, even if you've never thought about game designing, if you've played games, you can do this. If you can play a platform game, if you can
뭔가 아기자기한데?
then you can do this. You can create your own, you can upload, and then you can share incredible levels in like 10 minutes. We're doing a demo this week at E3 where we create gameplay for a whole level in like 20 minutes, including music. You can compose your own music.
Awesome.
You can do the gameplay. You can animate. You can record voiceovers. The whole thing on a PlayStation.
이건 뭐 게임을 만들 수 있는 거야?
Is this two people both playing at once?
Yeah, it's co-op. So we're showing the co-op gameplay.
맵을 만드는데 이건?
And it's quite funny because one of you can be testing and then another one can be getting the jump height right or whatever it is.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool.
I just love Dreams and I literally haven't even touched it yet.
Yeah, well, come over.
You have to come.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, but the idea really has been like what you're seeing is really this easy nature of just like picking and placing, because I think one of the things that sometimes people get scared of like the idea of the blank canvas, but actually what I love about Dreams is it's just this idea of just choice. Like every day people make choices. You put your clothes on, you might choose where you put a poster in your bedroom, and Dreams is very like that. All you're really doing is like here we're seeing like this sort of Instagram effect. You can take a scene,
진짜네? 게임 만드는 건데 거의?
so that it looks really different, and you're adding
배경 바꾸고 날씨 바꾸고
and if you just want to sit back on your sofa and enjoy an unending
색깔 바꾸고
madness of the PlayStation 4 players' creations, you can, and we sort of present
광원 바꿀 수도 있고.
of who knows what it's going to be like. I mean,
왼쪽에 있는 애로 광원을 바꾸잖아. 얘가 아까 광원 바꾸고 했잖아.
we will be starting to see what the creativity of PlayStation gamers really
게임 배경 바꾸고 막 그러네.
Beta coming this year for Dreams.
That's right.
명함을 주고 빼고 할 수도 있고 흑백이냐 선명도 줄 수도 있고 저런 것도 있네. 저건 프로그램을 이렇게 제시한 것 같은데.
Thank you. I mean, this must have been an absolute labor of love.
It
really is, yeah.
It's the molecule's gone mad.
It is, yeah. Big cheers to the team. We've gone mad. Big cheers to the team back home, because you know people really put their hearts and souls into Dreams to really get it to the point where you are moving between these different disciplines. And right now we have a studio that jams together in a way they've never jammed together before. We have like musicians actually just jamming with animators to actually make animation.
바나 아니면 그거에 대해서 얘기를 좀 해줬으면 좋겠다.
And that just, you know, that's been one of the things we've really wanted to get that right. So can't wait to see like people create all different types of genres
진짜 바투 리메이크는 개뜬금포였어.
Like just come up with completely new ways of playing. I think
I mean, we're showing some of that E3. Liam made a text adventure, and we're like, "What? You can do a text? I didn't even know you could do that." Wow. I mean, that's like
amazing.
I know, yeah.
I mean, we saw what
생각보다 근데 데이지군의 떡밥이 너무 없었거든요. 데이지군의 떡밥을 좀 더 줬으면 했었는데 너무 숨긴다 데이지군.
It's unbelievable, and I want to thank both of you for coming by.
Well, thank you very much for having us.
Thank you so much.
And I can't wait to see more of this.
Stay tuned for more on the gig later on.
All right,
thank you guys.
We're hearing more.
And Sid, I think we had a couple of VR games.
We did.
You know, taking a look at those earlier this.
We did. We had Trover Saves the Universe, which was announced during the showcase, and we had some great stuff.
네티독은 안 오나?
The week as part of Countdown to E3, and a lot of other great stuff.
네티독 나오면은 그 라오에 대한 얘기도 들을 건데. VR 게임들도 많이 나오네.
Sorry, panicked. I've never seen anything like it before.
VR FPS 게임이네. VR 둠에다가 에반데 진짜. 야 스타트랙. VR 게임들 많이 있네. VR 게임도 엄청 나오는데. 스카이림 VR은 이미 나와있죠.
Now it's just a taste of what
이렇게 해서 마무리 짓는 거야? 아 너무한데?
I want to point out really quickly Creed Rise to Power, boxing game using 2 moves on VR. One of the most intoxicating experiences I've had in VR.
Oh, okay.
It almost felt like boxing is like the perfect fit for the VR medium because you got the leaning, you can dodge.
Oh gosh,
I'm going
all over.
Careful, Ryan.
I was in danger for a second. I have to give a quick shout out to bathtub guy. I mean, let's just put one out there for bathtub guy. I hope that 711 gets him really quickly.
711.
Squanch.
And also remember, earlier in the week,
진짜 트레일러들 장난 아니었다.
Look at Days Gone and their release date.
They did.
February 22nd.
Outstanding. Very good
솔직히
stuff.
유비 거나 뭐 다른 것도 괜찮긴 했는데 이건 뭐 와 진짜 와밖에 안 나왔네.
For members of the press and community. So want to talk a little bit about that and well, actually rather than talk about it, let's just show it. We have a great video that shows how it was all put together.
만들어지는 과정 보여준다네. 참. 굳이 이건 안 보여줘도 되는데. 라우어도 시간 가는 줄 몰랐었고 다 괜찮았다.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to E3 on Twitch 2018. That was the Sony press conference, and just even a little bit more. We saw a few extra things there at the very end. Wow, I tweeted 90 minutes before the conference, ladies and gentlemen,
장난 아니었다 진짜.
is open, mass is in session.
How do you even say that word?
What?
PSologist?
What? PSology.
It's
PSology. So yes, I am a PSologist.
Like psychologist.
What?
The PS is pronounced like an S.
Not like sologist.
I thought it was sologist. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And then they were in a church, and it was like, oh, and I think, I mean, the general sense and feeling of the room was like, what is Sony doing, right? We were all kind of like, this is not fantastical, this is a little, but then they're like, this is why, and then they go right into The Last of Us 2, in which they had recreated a setting from the game Last of Us 2, you guys?
Well, they started off by saying, like, we're gonna look at some old things, like, it totally threw me off track, like the announcer, I don't remember his name.
He did.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sean, yeah.
But yeah, and then they went into The Last of Us, of course, we knew we were gonna see that, and wow.
와우밖에 안 나오지.
The game I'm going to look forward to most, like of any game that I've seen in the last 2 years.
A phenomenal way to show the game off. Certainly brutal. Showcases that world. Yeah, and
Look at this
away like 10 times.
Guts and entrails.
The juxtaposition is what ruined it for me, because you fall in love with her and then you see her
포스쇼 이거 잠깐 보고 끝나면 되겠네.
The graphics and the movement and everything is so real at this point. I'm buying it so hard that usually I have my immersion is like I'm immersed, but I understand where I am in fantasy. Whereas this, I'm like so immersed that when someone's guts come pouring out and she's like crying while she's stabbing somebody, I'm just a little too deep.
But that's what the first game did so well, and I think that's why everyone is going to be like, this is the sequel that everyone wants. Right?
All of us, I don't think any other press conference, any other game, we have spent so much time doing them.
We all shut up.
Our mouths hanging open, and not just Last of Us either. So many of these games, the tech behind them, the art behind them.
Yes, I mean certainly.
라오에선 계속 엘리만 나오나? 주엘이 안 보이네. 짤막하게 이렇게 보여주는데도.
Being converted back to Call of Duty 4 and 3, Zeke literally jumped from his chair, did a few laps, and was very excited about that. So that was another.
I missed most of the announcement.
Another
my excitement.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. A few people, I think, or something like that. But they did say that Black Ops 3 was going to be given away tonight on PlayStation Plus, so I guess that's a plus for PlayStation fans. I'm going to go through the list if it's okay, because certainly I wish I had the cards, but you know, the quality of PlayStation's press conference I thought was top notch, but in terms of quantity, right? Like, I mean, Microsoft sort of came to the table with a lot of stuff. Some of it was kind of rapid fire shown. But I'm going to go through some of these because I think we have the time too. Tetris Effect, which released a beautiful trailer earlier this week. It was only touched on, as well as Days Gone, because that was kind of previewed beforehand. We know that November 22nd is the release date for that. Twin Mirror, I had seen nothing about, so that was brand new to me. And either I missed it in the E3 flurry, or did anyone else see it before?
30 seconds of a look at it, and I'm pretty intrigued.
I don't know that I could tell you anything other than the name Twin Mirror at this point. So, Ghost
이제
Giant
45분 됐다.
was shown briefly.
포스쇼 이제 하겠네.
They showed Destiny 2, and then they dropped the second bomb, which is the Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh my God, that was possibly the most gorgeous game that I've ever seen. Like the lighting, the leaves, the everything. Yeah,
We kept pointing out details that you would never think would be so important, but as a gamer, like, you're so used to seeing those things done poorly that when you see them done so well, it blows your mind. Like, we were like, look at the horse's tail. Look at the way the leaves move when they walk. Look at the way, you know, the shadows of the moving trees are moving over the rocks. It was so gorgeous.
And I noticed such a minimal UI. Like almost no
Nothing,
UI,
right?
except for like this part where she, he
Like
jumps
Flash.
down. And, yeah,
it's environmental UI in a way, right?
I'm wondering how like it's just gonna be based on like doing the moves over and over again and figuring out and looking for like signs of other people like to block or to dodge or to whatever. But there's nothing on the screen.
Right.
It was interesting they were saying too afterwards that they have looked at this fighting style as a skilled expert kind of fighting style. You're never wasting any effort, which I think is really interesting, which probably means there's very little hack and slash. It's probably
Very
a lot
little,
more like,
yes.
which I think is really cool.
I mean, I think old school, very old school PlayStation fans were.
이것도 그래픽이 보면 볼수록 좋아. 디테일
A
보니까.
lot of people were just confused by, right?
그래픽
Because it's like,
디테일이
here you are, two
괜찮아.
samurai, and then one strike,
스시마.
and the round, the game is over. So Sully on production was actually like, if they get hit more than like 5 times, you know, like this isn't, and the first strike
진짜
is
이거
just that
스시마가
simple,
깜짝 튀었다.
precision, lethal strike is down. I think that game is going to be much more realistic in that way than certainly other hack and slash games that have approached the same thing. I think that's great and new and fresh and kind of exciting and hopefully a little frustrating and challenging as well, because the game's gorgeous and beautiful, and I'm really curious about the narrative of it all and how that's going to play.
From the perspective of Twitch as well, what a game to watch.
Yeah,
you know,
I was gonna say.
right? I mean, I tune in and watch a beautiful film, basically, that's interactive.
Yeah,
and
this like
engage
fight
with.
scene right there. I mean, obviously there's deep love for samurai lore, film, influences. It's incredible.
Stop any screen here and put it as my desktop background.
Yep.
Yeah. Right?
I just like, I loved it. I really noticed it when she pulled the sword out, and you could see when it hit the light, and then it hit the light again.
Yeah,
and
I
it
mean,
was just so amazing that just that little thing really, like, I keyed into that.
The arrows coming in, him calling out the enemies, the leaves starting on fire.
Well, once you watch the leaf fall, and then it doesn't hit the ground because they kick it. They're not like some leaves are falling, and then there's other leaves on the ground interacting. That's like every...
So great.
It really,
All of us,
it
see, all
really
of us
looks
are doing
great.
that again, where we're just like,
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. So immediately following that, they showed another game from Remedy and 505 called Control, and you know, in terms of like wanting to play protagonists who just seem like they are capable of doing anything.
이거 완전 소니는 진짜 깜짝하는 그런 게 있네. 작년에도 소니가 모넌에 대해서 얘기 없다 갑자기 모넌 얘기를 꺼낸 거였거든요. 몬스터 월드를 아무런 정보 없다 갑자기 얘기 터트린 게 모넌이었는데
puts all these elements together in such a mystical but fluid way.
We were saying it looks like Inception. You mentioned it looked a little bit like Inside with the sort of people
Wow.
floating
And the creepy parts of Life is Strange when you get towards the end of that game, how it warps reality.
Do you know, do we even know what this game is about at all?
No, that's what I was going to say, is Sony gave us so many questions. They gave us very, very few answers. They were like, here, wonder about this. And we do.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I think, I
Do
hope,
you?
and I do. I absolutely, I wish more game companies would leave us with questions, because the mystery is what keeps me intrigued about it, especially because of a game we'll talk about in a minute.
You know what? It's fair to say, if you take historically, looking at like how they presented God of War, and then what I played, they did a pretty damn good job of like hiding me from the narrative that let me enjoy that game. And maybe that is something that they're doing there. I mean, I'll tell you, like, they showed me gameplay that interests me. They obviously, there must be a story that is good behind it, but so, I don't know. I'm okay with that too. I think it's a good trend.
일단 뭐 거의 거진 이제 얘기는 전달돼서 다 나온 거긴 하거든요.
Shows that Resident Evil is still alive, both in the new games they're making as well as sort of a remake of the classics. And then we got that just sort of out of nowhere one.
이제 게임들 지금 나온 거에 대해서 이제 약간 얘기를 나누는 거라서.
I'm a bathtub guy.
Yeah, a bathtub guy.
I just hang out in the bathtub.
I feel like he's kind of throwing some shade at streamers a little bit.
You think so?
Watch it again. Watch the trailer again. I'm just this bathtub guy who's just sitting here, you
여기서
know, playing
일단
games, but I'm not the focus. The game is the focus.
마무리를 짓고
Yeah, go back and watch that one again.
조금 쉬어둬야 될 것 같아요. 왜냐면 이게 어제부터 해서 좀 제대로 안 쉬고서 계속 요걸 지금 하고 있는 중이라.
If that's true, that's kind of awesome.
Yeah, go back and watch it again.
Because I can take a joke.
해두고 그 다음에 지금 이제 무료로 이게 뭐지 잠깐 했던 것 좀 알아보고 준비하고 저녁에 한번 바로 진행을 해보던지.
Which they have somehow shown the same trailer with like different pieces.
그렇게 하든지 해야 될 것 같아요.
This time we got to see Pirates of the Caribbean.
Which was interesting considering our conversation earlier.
이거 캐리비안 해적하고 디즈니 나온 거네. 그렇게 해야 될 것 같습니다. 참. 일단 여기서 마무리를 한번 짓고 저녁에 다시 찾아뵙는 걸로 하죠. 일단 E3는 역시 소니가 대박을 치네요 또. 여기서 일단 마무리 짓도록 하겠습니다. 지금까지 방송 봐주신 분들 감사하고요. 저는 이만 물러가도록 하겠습니다. 좋은 하루 되시고 점심 식사하시고요. 저는 저녁에 다시 찾아뵐게요. 그럼 이만 뿅.